Okay, imagine this. You've got just 30 hours. 30. Your mission. Get a brilliant scientist, plus some vital secret data
Yeah.
out of a packed city.
Right.
And there's a hostile intelligence service watching everything. Oh, and the main rule, you can't fire a single shot. Nothing.
That's the scenario. It's intense, and that's what we're digging into today.
Yeah, we're doing a deep dive into, well, the world of covert urban extraction, specifically Project Firefly, the urban extraction plan.
Exactly. We're going to unpack the strategy, the tools, the sheer nerve involved in pulling something like this off.
And it's strictly non-kinetic, meaning, like you said, no violence at all. We're actually using a real mission brief here for the agent tasked with this.
Which is amazing. It gives you this rare peek behind the curtain into the kind of planning and execution that goes into these operations.
It sounds like pure spy stuff, but you were saying earlier it's more than that.
Oh, absolutely. It's really about strategic thinking when you're under immense pressure, meticulous planning, understanding really complex environments like a dense city.
And managing information, risk, all that.
Exactly. And these insights, well, they apply way beyond just covert ops. You can actually use this kind of thinking when the stakes are high in, almost any field.
Okay. Let's set the scene then. Who are the key players?
Right. So the main figure is Dr. Lin Wei. Her code name is Firefly. She's a top material scientist in Fengshan. That's a really dense urban area in a small Southeast Asian island nation.
And she has something critical.
She does. It's called Glimmer. It's basically a microfabrication schematic, think blueprint, for a next-gen stealth material. Hugely important.
Okay, wow. And where is this Glimmer?
It's on a highly encrypted micro SD card. And here's the thing. She carries it on her all the time, disguised as just a normal camera memory card or something similar.
Always on her.
Yeah.
Okay. That makes it tricky. And who's the threat?
They're codenamed Viper, a very sophisticated, hostile foreign intelligence service. They've got Dr. Lin under surveillance, discreet, but it's constant, physical and digital.
And they're about to move.
Our intel suggests they plan to apprehend her probably within the next 36 to 48 hours. They want her, and they definitely want Glimmer.
So the clock is seriously ticking. We're talking, what, maybe 30 hours for our agent to get in and out?
Roughly, yeah. 30 hours to operate in this super dense city full of CCTV, crowds, local police, all while Viper is closing in. It's a pressure cooker.
Okay, so what does our agent even have to work with? What's in the toolkit? Let's start with the cover story.
Right. The agent's got a pre-established cover. They're a business consultant in the tech sector. Plausible reason to be in Fengshan. Plausible reason to maybe meet scientists like Dr. Lin.
It's not just a fake ID then. It's a whole persona.
Exactly. It's a fully developed identity. It has to be believable enough to provide plausible deniability for pretty much everything the agent does. Allows them to move around without setting off alarm bells.
Makes sense. And actual physical tools.
Pretty minimal but specialized. Standard secure comms device, basically an encrypted phone. For text, maybe urgent voice calls with HQ. Then the key gadget. The micro reader encoder, the MRE small, disguised as, say, a power bank or maybe a portable hard drive.
And that reads the micro SD card.
It reads it, copies the data to its own secure storage, and crucially, it can wirelessly send small data packets like confirmation codes back to the main comms device.
But there's a catch with the MRE, right? The battery.
Big catch. Battery life is very limited, maybe 6 hours of active use total. And copying Glimmer, which is about 2 gigs, takes a good 5 to 7 minutes.
So you can't just leave it running. Every second counts.
Precisely. It's all about resource optimization. You plan exactly when and where you'll use those precious minutes. It's not casual.
Awesome.
A disposable burner phone, just for one time, basic contact with Dr. Lin. And the full cover identity kit documents, business cards, digital footprint, everything.
And those strict rules of engagement, again, absolutely non-kinetic.
Absolutely. No weapons, no physical fights. It's pure finesse, pure tradecraft. Avoidance, not confrontation.
Because the environment is just too risky. Viper, the city itself.
Exactly. Viper is sophisticated. Dr. Lin knows she's watched, but maybe not how closely or what Viper plans. And yeah, the city itself, crowds, traffic, cameras everywhere, huge risk of accidental exposure. You have to avoid Viper and avoid random chance blowing your cover.
Okay, this mission brief sounds like it lays out some core strategic principles. Let's talk about those. First up, prioritization and phasing. It says data first, then extraction. Why that order?
Well, Glimmer, the schematic, is considered paramount. It's unique, irreplaceable, vital for national security. Dr. Lin's safety is obviously critical, very important, but the data itself has strategic priority.
So if push comes to shove.
If a choice has to be made, securing the data is objective one. It dictates a phased approach. You break it down, recon, then contact, then data acquisition, then exfiltration. You don't jump ahead.
Right, makes sense. And nail each phase before moving on.
Exactly. And you need to know your points of no return, the moments when actions become irreversible. You need contingencies for those moments. It's like critical project management almost.
Yeah. Then there's risk management. The main strategy is Viper avoidance. So don't engage, just slip past them.
That's the core idea. Operate around them, not through them. The ideal outcome is they never even know you were there. It's about minimizing any chance of direct contact.
Which ties into plausible deniability. Everything the agent does has to look normal for the cover identity.
Completely normal, innocent. If Viper does spot the agent, they should just see a tech consultant going about their business. Every action, every conversation has to fit that cover narrative.
Okay, but what if things go wrong? What if they are compromised by Viper, or even just local police?
That triggers the no compromise doctrine. If compromise is imminent, the absolute top priority flips. Destroy sensitive assets immediately.
Like the MRE.
Yep, the MRE, if the data isn't safe yet, the burner phone, any incriminating notes. Then try to make a clean break, abort the primary mission if necessary.
Harsh.
Very. But it's about damage control, preventing Viper from getting the tech, the agent, or any intelligence about the operation. Sometimes you have to cut your losses.
Which really highlights the need for good intel. You mentioned intelligence-driven operations, not just relying on the briefing, right?
Absolutely not. You need dynamic pattern of life analysis, POL, constantly watching Dr. Lin, her routine, her surroundings, updating the intel picture in real time, looking for Viper's surveillance patterns.
Just continuous observation.
Continuous and real-time threat assessment, always scanning the immediate environment. Are there new watchers? Is that car suspicious? Is there an unexpected opportunity? It's like playing chess on a constantly morking board.
And all this under tight resource optimization. We talked about the MRE battery.
Critical. Every minute planned. Same with comms discipline, using the secure phone only when necessary, keeping the digital footprint tiny.
And you mentioned mental backups.
Yeah, it's interesting. Planning mental backups for critical info. Maybe memorizing a key phone number, an emergency RV point, just in case tech fails or is compromised. Sometimes the brain is the most secure storage.
Okay, so we've got the strategy. Now the actual hands-on stuff, the art of covert action, tradecraft skills. Let's start with cover maintenance and blending, being the gray man.
Right. This is fundamental. It's not just having a cover story, it's living it. Wearing the right clothes for a tech consultant in Fengshan, carrying the right props briefcase tablet, knowing a bit about the local tech scene.
Getting in.
Totally. It's also behavioral camouflage, how you move, how you speak, how you interact, matching local norms, not sticking out. And cultural acumen, basic politeness, key phrases, understanding social cues. You want to be unremarkable, invisible in plain sight.
Then spotting trouble. Surveillance detection and counter-surveillance. How do you even know a Viper is watching in a busy city?
It's subtle. Passive observation, first noticing the same person or car multiple times. Someone paying just a bit too much attention. Then you use active techniques.
Like what?
Route planning for detection, making deliberate turns, maybe ducking into a shop and using a different exit, abruptly stopping to tie a shoelace, things that force a follower to react and potentially reveal themselves.
Using the city itself as a tool.
Exactly. Varying your travel walk, bus, subway, taxi. Changing your timing. Making yourself unpredictable. And also looking for signs of technical surveillance, weird antennas, people fiddling with devices near Dr. Lin. It's about constant awareness. Asking yourself, what feels off here?
Okay, this next one sounds tricky. Elicitation and social engineering. The art of conversation. How do you get info from Dr. Lin without, asking directly about secret data?
It starts with building rapport. Quick, genuine, professional connection. Then subtle probing, guiding the conversation indirectly. You might talk about industry challenges, tech integration, trying to get her to volunteer information about her work, her concerns, maybe even how she handles sensitive files.
Without raising suspicion.
That's the key. And the most artful part is misdirection. Framing the request for glimmer, so it sounds like a normal part of the business cover.
Give me an example.
Something like, Dr. Lin, to really see if your amazing material could work in our prototype, a quick simulation would be great. If you had the core schematic data handy, maybe on a drive, we could run a preliminary check right now.
Making it sound routine.
Yeah.
And maybe even like her helping you.
Precisely. Making the extraordinary seem ordinary.
Which leads to the technical side. discrete technical operations in urban movement. Using that MRE quickly, silently.
Yeah, MRE proficiency is vital. Knowing how to operate it smoothly, finding a blind spot under a cafe table, inside a briefcase during a meeting to do the data copy, takes practice.
And the wireless transfer.
Wireless data transfer discipline. Only trigger that when you're in a relatively secure spot, away from the immediate meeting area. Minimize the risk of detection.
Burner phone too.
Strict protocol. One single, pre-scripted text, something ambiguous, then power down immediately, ditch the phone safely later. No chatty conversations.
And moving through the city, especially if you need to evade.
Urban movement and evasion. Using choke points, crowded areas, complex buildings to break line of sight if you think you have a tail. Having multiple routes planned. Knowing prearranged emergency rendezvous points, RVs, just in case. The city grid is your escape map.
Okay, through all this, maybe the most vital skill is just staying cool. Composure and adaptability.
Absolutely fundamental. Maintaining calm under extreme pressure is paramount. Panic leads to mistakes, and mistakes get you caught.
And things will go wrong.
Right.
Surveillance might change, Dr. Lim might get spooked, there might be a random street closure.
Something unexpected will happen, guaranteed. So you have to be ready to improvise, adapt the plan on the fly. A rigid plan breaks, you need to be fluid, think on your feet.
So, wrapping this up, what does this deep dive into Project Firefly really mean for you listening? It's way more than spy stuff.
Definitely. It's really a masterclass in anticipating huge challenges, being incredibly resourceful, making critical decisions when you don't have all the information.
And that power of subtle influence, meticulous planning, it shows how critical thinking, adaptability, these are essential skills everywhere, not just in covert ops, but in, well, any complex project or situation you might face.
Think about those core ideas. Clear objectives, optimizing every single resource, constantly gathering your own intel, blending in, communicating effectively but subtly. These are universal principles.
Right, they're tools for solving tough problems, for succeeding when things get difficult.
Exactly.
So we've seen how getting deep into source material, like this mission brief, much like the operation itself, needs that mix of big picture strategy and really careful practical skills.
It's about knowing your goal, knowing your limits, and mastering that art of the unseen, the subtle move.
Which brings us to a final thought for you. As you think about all these layers of planning, the tradecraft in Project Firefly, ask yourself this.
What challenge in your own life, maybe something that seems impossible right now, could actually benefit from this kind of deep dive approach? Thinking in phases, managing your resources carefully, using observation and subtle influence.
How could these principles maybe transform your next big challenge? Something to think about.